Welcome back to Mad Ginger Life. This is the second channel for Mad Ginger Customs, where we do car stuff, which is around the entire garage. We're in the garage today, we're not in the basement. We were supposed to do downhill today, but it rained, and tomorrow's not looking good for doing downhill, so we're gonna take the pedaling bikes out, and this one needs some work. This is a Polygon Siskiu T8. The bike's been great since we've owned it. Downhill, not so much, because I'm a little portly. This thing basically ate through an entire set of brake pads in 2 days doing downhill, and they were half days. They are not good. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna upgrade to 200 mil rotors in their center lock. I'll show you guys that. And we got some ceramic pads. They are not, you know, some high-end ceramic pad. There's some Amazon deal, but I think they're gonna do better than what's here. And we're gonna convert these tubeless ready to tubeless, and I'm gonna show you the fastest way to do that as well. So let's go. All right, guys, it is super humid out, so unfortunately you're gonna hear my fans behind you. I am using a shotgun mic, so that should help. So basically, this is the rear wheel. It's through axle, but what you'll notice that's different is this doesn't have bolts holding the rotor to the hub, and so it's considered a center lock rotor. So you need a tool. It's basically a bottom bracket tool. This one I just bought. I actually don't care for it because it doesn't have a socket end. It uses a wrench. It really shouldn't matter. These aren't that tight. So basically just break it loose, and you're gonna pull these off. You can't over tighten them. This is all aluminum. It does have a little thrust washer, but and obviously, if you can, and you should, wash your bike before you do things like this. I know I didn't, because I'm kind of in a hurry. We didn't expect to have to pedal tomorrow. Thought we were doing some downhill. So these are not name brand rotors. These say Disc Brake Expert Pro. No idea what that is. But this is all you're doing is taking off this piece. And if you look at this rotor, I'm going to show you. This thing is gold. That's because I'm 250, and this thing had no prayer of slowing me down. And if you notice, on these things it says resin pad only. That's no good for what we're doing. I mean, it is in the woods. I don't want to say that. Now that I got an enduro bike, maybe these would be fine, but at this point, I already bought this stuff. I bought the enduro bike, so you don't want grease on your surfaces. We're going to wipe that down with some brake cleaner. Comes with a new center lock nut, and it says 40 Newton meters. Now, how do you determine 40 Newton meters using a giant wrench? I'm just going to try to snug it up the way it was when I took it off. And these grab as they go. Don't strip out your hub. That's it. It did not take much force to take them off, so, and that's basically it for the rotor change. Now also what we're going to do is we're going to convert these to tubeless. Now these wheels are dirty and so are the tires, but I'm going to show you how to do this where you don't really have to be too concerned about that. We're going to take the air out of these, and we're also going to have to put a mount to stand that caliper up taller because we have a taller rotor. Alright, so now you got the majority of the air out. You know, you're going to basically just break the bead all the way around. So now you got your bead broke. You got to make sure that your stem nut is off. You're going to push this through. You're going to pop this over your rim. So once you get it, grab the hook end, work your way around. Now what you want to do is you want to get that tube out of there. So get that tube out. Obviously save your tubes, guys. Deflate these all the way, fold them up, put them in your pack. In case you really shred a tire pretty bad, the tube might get you home. Now, you still got a bead on one side, right? On the inside. So you need two things to make this tubeless. You need a valve kit and you need some tire sealer. Basically, this is tire sealant. There's a ton of different brands. Stands, muck off. I got some WTB. Before you do that, you want to inspect this inside tape job. Like, how well did they do? Run your hand on it. Make sure you don't feel any lumps or bumps. From what I'm gathering from the guys that own this bike, I don't think I've heard of any single person saying that the tape job was so bad that they had to retape it. So you can look through it. Basically, make sure that that tape job is nice and smooth on there. You don't have any tears in it. I mean, they did a good job on this, right? So then you're going to take your valve kit, which this is just like an Amazon cheapie. So this consists of a tapered rubber seat, and then there's an O-ring that goes on the outside. Don't forget, that's the order of how they go. So when you pull these apart, make sure the O-ring's there. And then you're going to find your hole, and you're going to go through and you make it snug. And then you're going to put your O-ring and the nut on. Snug it down. That's finger tight though, right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the Schrader core, the valve core out with the cap. These caps are squared off, so you can take the core out. And that's the core. Because you want the maximum amount of air going in here when you fill it up. Now you want to start putting your tire back on. And you say, Dave, we haven't put any sealant in it. I'm going to show you. It's okay. And you want to leave it open far enough that you can pour your sealant in. Most guys are going to tell you, put it on, air it up, set the bead. You can do that. Or you can shake up your sealant really well, and you should know what your tire takes. So this is a 29.26. The 29.28 takes about 4.4. The sides of these bottles are graduated. So you can see this thing has about 12 ounces in it. So I need less than half of that. And you're just gonna pour it right in. And check your bottle. No, we gotta go a little bit more. So we're at 12, we need to be at like 5. We need like 7 left. Now what you're gonna do is you are going to turn this wheel all the way around. So now you can put your tire fully back on the rim. Alright, got it. So I get ready to fill this thing up. So to do this without a compressor is almost impossible. People can do it, but what you want to do is you want to bring your valve back around. This is just a blow attachment, but you want volume when you fill these things up, and you want them to pop on. That's it. Pop it on, put your finger over it, and then you're going to put your Schrader back in. Use the head wrench that comes with it. And don't kill it. Now that you got it on there, you don't have a lot of pressure in here. I'm going to shake it around. Because if these do have any type of seam issues or tape issues, you want that sealant to get all around this. Ideally, if you just jumped on it and rode it, it would be the best way to do it. I usually just wiggle them around and wiggle them around. And then you want to look for leaks, right? Now, this is a used wheel. This has been pretty beat up doing downhill. So you want to make sure you don't have any white sealant coming through. Everything looks pretty good here. And then what you're going to do is take your actual pump, your digital pump, and you're going to set your pressure the way you want it. So for right now, we're just going to throw the cap on it, and I'll do that on the bike. So that's how you set up tubeless and how to change a center lock rotor. Alright guys, it's that easy. It's tubeless because it's tubeless ready. All you gotta do is pull the tube, put the valve in it, make sure it's clean, add your sealant, pop it back on, air it up till it pops onto the bead, and then shake her up. And then if you guys need a rotor and a brake improvement, I just showed you how quick it is to change a center lock rotor. That's just a little tech tip for you guys. So thanks for checking out Mad Ginger Life, and check out our main channel, Mad Ginger Customs. You guys watch me do it. It's pretty easy. So if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.